You know what the worst thing about fishing is? Is to celebrate the harvest early. Like he was almost pulled out to sea by a fish. Fortunately, his teammates showed up in time to save him. Otherwise, the tuna's gone and the man's gone. Fortunately, there were no surprises. I hooked this one. A 91-inch object weighing 335 pounds. It'll sell for tens of thousands of dollars at least. You want to catch such a dangerous and lucrative fish. Bob takes his team out to sea early in the morning because there was a lot of tuna on the market, led to the closure of many buyers. So many days have passed. They were hoping to catch a fish to make up for the empty wallet of the last few days. I can't stand the feeling of not having any money in my account. All the fleets decided to set out this time. If I don't catch any tuna, I don't go home anymore. Dave's boat arrived at the destination of his fishing trip for a number of recent reasons. Dave came to a remote place. I hope we catch some tuna here. And there's no other fleet here. The nearest one's a dozen miles away. It also means the fish in the sea. They're going to have it all. Then their detectors sounded. Dave quickly caught the mackerel. Throw it into the ocean to lure the tuna. I just don't know if they've eaten yet. Will not bite this hook. Suddenly the hook reacted. The excitement was immediate. I never thought I'd put down a mackerel. I was attracted to the tuna. I put on the door myself. Although this fish is self-conscious. But they didn't let up. After all, the fish bent the pole in an instant to drain this tuna of energy. They are constantly indirectly recycling the fishing line. But there's something tricky about this tuna. Keep going around and around in circles. Then he went to the left and right side of the boat. Even made it to the bottom of the boat. It was hard on the crew, afraid of breaking the line. After dozens of minutes of pulling, the tuna came to the surface. Looks in pretty good shape. The crew immediately picked up the spear, right at the fish, after a successful hit, and hooked it to the side of the boat. Tie a rope around the tail of the fish. A few people didn't even think to start fishing. There was a baby on the boat. The tuna measured 98 inches. It's a nice fat fish. That's what they want most. Taylor was so jealous when she heard that. How come you're not like them? After days without fish. From the beginning, there was tuna. There is no other way now. Fishing for mackerel can only be done on a regular basis. To lure the tuna in the water. When they have checked all the fishing rods. No gain is ready to continue when dazed. Suddenly, there was a reaction. This is making Taylor so happy. Just complaining about the injustice. There's a fish pulling the line. In order not to lose this hard-won surprise, neither dared relax his nerves. Even the drifter that won't come near. Keep a watchful eye on it before it gets tangled up in the fishing line. While fighting the tuna, Tyler thinks it's a big deal. There's only tuna like this. To bend the rod at once and stay that way. As the fish is gradually pulled out, they think the fish is big. This makes them even more afraid to relax. If this goes to the buyer, I'm sure it'll get a good price. While they were still dreaming, the line suddenly broke. This is two people to look stunned. I had no idea it would end like this. That was a whole lot of fun for nothing. I guess some things can't be thought of that early. Jack at 9 o'clock in the morning spotted a whale nearby. That means there's bound to be some tuna around. When the whales appear, there's usually a lot of mackerel, which is tuna's favorite. But he's been here half a day. I don't see any fish biting. This makes Jack a little confused. So I asked him what was going on in Otter, hoping to get some information from him. But they were in the same boat. No tuna was harvested. So what's he not getting? Just keep fishing for mackerel. Prepare the tuna food. Dave came to the port to sell fish. After fishing the tuna, Rick has also moved on to the first item of the day. Because the current market is not very good, Dave really wants his fish to be good quality. After determining that the fish weighed 369 pounds. And here comes the most exciting time. If the meat is good, they're going to make a lot of money today. The color of the fish is very good. The core is also in good shape. It's obviously a good fish. Rick doesn't have any ink either. They just gave it a price of $19 a pound. Made Dave's team $7,011. They're basically making money today. I set out to fish and I didn't get any fuel. It made Dave decide to fish there from now on. It saves on gas and makes a lot of money. Tyler and Marissa now. still upset about the loss of that tuna. They just want to work hard now to distract yourself. Then the fishing rod suddenly bent. I got Tyler so excited. I just lost a tuna. How can this ever happen again? The line keeps going out. Marissa was right there watching until the speed slowed down. It's her turn too, but they're just starting to reel in. The fish is exerting himself once more. Looks like the tuna is a Big Mac this time. Be able to sprint constantly to not lose any more tuna. Marissa stopped coming back slowly, just spinning the wheel right there. Soon the tuna appeared on the surface. Taylor immediately plunges the spear down, but it didn't work out, and let the tuna run away again. Let Marissa do what she just did, and now she has no strength. Taylor quickly took over. Under his control, the fish was soon pulled out again. Hooked the tuna behind the stern. Marissa put a yoke on the fish's tail, so the fish can no longer escape. Taylor was so excited to impersonate famous people there. After pulling the tuna on board, you can tell this is a fat guy, measured to be 100 inches in size. It suits their thirst for tuna. The two men returned to the port immediately. Get Dennis to sell it, although experienced a period of zero income. But this giant tuna, make Tyler think he can undo the damage. Make your wallet full again. This fish weighs 446 pounds. Very impressive weight. And the fish is good too. It has a very vivid color. You can also see some skin fat. The core is not only transparent, but also a beautiful red color. The price is $17 a pound. The two of them made $7,582 straight away. Look at their excitement. The wallet should be a little full. It was almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The eggs are still at their fishing spot. So far, he has not seen the tuna. It made him suspicious. Is the location chosen too close to home? I don't know why he thinks that. I'm about to have heart surgery because of pickled eggs, but I'm not making enough money. It made him a little nervous. And that sentiment spread to the rest of the crew. Makes them all more productive. Then the sounder made a sound. 125 feet away from them, there's a lively tuna. After waiting for a while, suddenly the fishing rod was pulled and bent. Jason immediately stepped in to take control. This tuna is good at picking a hook. I can't believe I picked a small one. This is making everyone on board even more nervous. I'm afraid the fish won't pay attention. I broke the rod and the wire. I mean, they're all trumpets these days. Fortunately, they have a lot of experience. To ensure the safety of the crew, get the fish as close as you can. You don't even have to hold the pole. Nothing's going to happen. It's the fish that's a little stronger. Jason was drained in an instant. Joe had to fill in. No one can fight tuna all the time. This also shows the importance of the team. Of course, to put it bluntly, too many bully too few. I've been wasting the tuna's energy. Watching the two of them work together. Spiced eggs are relieved. Start blowing water there. But Jason wasn't listening. And make the hand speed up. But that's when the accident happened. I have to say this fish has a lot of strength. They fought for dozens of minutes. In a sprint. Fortunately, there were no surprises. An hour after the fight, Joe still couldn't pull the fish out. Even tuna have a lot of strength. OTT after the night came. Bob was suddenly asked about the situation. The result was nothing. Bob is looking for tuna, too, but they're pretty sure of where they are. There are lots of giant tuna. That's the confidence of Honey. Joe has been fighting the tuna for 2 hours. The fishing line keeps coming. It's taken 3 hours since we started. Looks like this fish is really tough. What did the egg suddenly see? I just grabbed the gun and stabbed it. But he missed. The 4th hour of the battle. They're still pulling. This makes a few people's hearts a little panic. I'm afraid the fishing rod will suddenly break. The 5th hour of the battle. Several people were exhausted. Tuna, on the other hand, is quite powerful. It makes them feel like it's the fish. Could be fighting till dawn. 6 hours after the fish are served. Jason managed to pull the fish out. But the tuna is not so calm, trying to get to the bottom of the boat. But Jason didn't get what he wanted. Spiced Egg took the gun and stabbed it. When he successfully hit the tuna, the line is not holding. It's a bit of a coincidence. It's a good thing the spear just went in. Now we just need to pull the rope back. You'll have a successful harvest of tuna. As the fish are pulled to the boat, Joe immediately controlled the fish with a hook, so Jason can tie the rope around the tail. After the success, several people let out a roar. It took 6 hours. They finally caught the tuna. As the fish are caught high, you can see this fish is really big. The body shape is also very good. It measured 91 inches. It's a nice tuna. Spiced eggs arrive at the harbor on a new day. Told Rick about the fight last night. Such battles made him curious. How good the flesh of the fish is. It's amazing how long it lasted. You don't see many fish like that. Looking at 335 pounds of fish. A few people are very happy. Now I just need the meat to be good. I'm gonna make a lot of money. When Rick got to talk about all the good things about fish, right in the way of the spiced eggs. Looks like they've been fighting too long and they're tired now. Rick probably saw it too. Let's just quote it at $19 a pound, a reward of $6,365. It makes 6 hours worth it to a few people. At 7:30 in the morning, Bob has already started arranging the mackerel, ready to fish for today's tuna. About a mile away from him, Jack is also arranging mackerel. OTT on the other side too. We're also laying decoys. They're this fishing league. It was pretty bad luck. No one has caught a tuna yet. Then Bob's detector sounded. There's a tuna at 200 feet. Same with Jack. What a coincidence between your two teams. Then his fishing rod buckled. They were instantly excited. I didn't expect tuna so early. And then Bob got a fish too. It's not really a coincidence. It's just OTT right now. No fish have taken a bait. Looks like he's got the worst luck here. Not like the other two faces. With a happy smile on her face. But fishing in this fog, there's no small danger. What if there's something in the distance? Only when we got to the boat. There's a high risk of entangling the line, causing the underwater tuna to escape. Sure enough, I just finished. There was a shadow in front of Neil. The speed of approach is very fast. It's the blink of an eye. The shadow turned into a ship, as if that tuna had a clue. There was a lot of force suddenly pouring out. Bend that fishing rod and it's going to break. That's not good news for Neil and Jack. Good thing the boat found them. Start walking the other way ahead of time. Slowly drive away from them. After Nick saw the boat leave, the strength in his hands suddenly increased. It has to be pulled out fast. Things are better on Bob's side. The tuna keeps being pulled to the surface, even though the fishing rod is bent. But Lance kept the line in. It soon carried it to the surface. His teammates quickly picked up the spear, right in the tuna's head. After successfully hitting the target, I quickly put the rope on it. Not Jack's side. What? And pulled the tuna to the boat. It's just a coincidence between you two. They all tied ropes around their tails. Bob now pulls the tuna into the boat. Look at the fat fish. Measured a body size of 80 inches. Jack's here after the tuna cools down and pulled it into the boat. It measures 105 feet. It's much bigger than Bob's. The head is also very beautiful. Bob's in an hour. To Rick's buyer. In order not to delay the wallet meal, he quickly pulled the tuna up. Not the biggest fish they've caught, though, but after kicking out some junk. Also weighs 177 pounds. Next up is the fish. This thing looks good at first glance. Has skin fat and beautiful color, but still a little bit less fat. You can't pay more than $16 a pound, although the price is not very high. It also earned several people $2,832. Still able to sustain consumption for the next few days. Bob was just leaving and Jack was here. Rick was just learning they had a 100-foot fish. He quickly lifted it up, cut off a corner of the fish for inspection. Jack looked at the fish. Hopefully in the days to come, you can also catch 407 pounds of tuna. It doesn't matter if the meat is bad. Can also earn a lot of money. Besides, the meat has good fat. The colors are also very bright. Rick was able to pay $19 a pound. Let them make $7,733. This is a very good reward. Well, that's all for this program. Give it a thumbs up, and let's look forward to the next episode.